Everybody, welcome back to the TT-02T sand shaker build. And today we're going to get real close to wrapping it up. We're working on steps 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, which are wheels, the body post, and also the enlarged bumper in the front. So let's go ahead and start with the wheels. And the first step is actually to inset the wheel inside the tire. Like that. I found this is the easiest way to do it, rather than just trying to push it down from the top. I think with some of the on-road cars, it's pretty easy that way. But I found with this tire, it's easiest to kind of go at it perpendicularly and turn it. And there we go. All I have to do is just kind of peel it back. And there we are. And it turns out the bead lock, the color they have on the box here, it's actually a decal. And then the other option is to paint this ring here and then glue it on. For now, I'm just going to leave it white. In the future, I might paint this. I'm going to paint this a green with some primer and then put a green over it, and then I'll glue it on. We'll see what happens. That's not something we're going to do today. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to glue this. Gluing a tire is actually pretty straightforward. You're going to want to get tire glue. I have here a Proline brand tire glue. And it's basically just crazy glue, but it does come with this very fine tip applicator. And I actually found if you clip the applicator just a little bit down, it actually makes it a little bit stiffer and easier to drag along the wheel. I like to do the backside first. Get some practice, some warm up, and then we can do the front where it kind of matters a little bit more. Kind of have to eyeball and kind of keep track of where you start. So I have a little mark here. So I'm going to start right here so when I go around I don't overlap. So all you're going to do is peel back with one hand and then put the nozzle in there and squeeze. And while you're squeezing, ideally, you keep the applicator tip inside the wheel the whole time. So you're getting a smooth bead of glue all the way through without lifting it up. When you lift it up and then put the applicator back in, sometimes there may be a gap and it may cause a little bit of weakness. So if you can drag it without lifting it up, that is the best way. And I think I've come back to the beginning already. Let's see. I'll keep turning the wheel. All right, there we go. If you have a thick rubber band, you can go ahead and apply that now. I'm just going to hold it for about 30 seconds. This wheel's a little bit bigger than the rubber bands I do have. I'm just going to hold on to it for about 30 seconds. Make sure you read the specifications and the instructions for your tire glue. And just to be extra safe, go ahead and put on some eye protection. So again, I'm just peeling it back, squeezing and dragging the applicator along the groove here while I squeeze. I don't think any glue came out there. Let me double back. Okay. All right, I let the tires dry and they're ready to go. The next step is to put them onto the front and back axles. And let's take a look at these hex nuts. These are actually 10mm offset. I think the standard TT-02 is only a 4mm, so this is going to give the sand shaker quite wider stance. It's very interesting. So for the axles, all we have to do is put in a bearing like so. Make sure it stays flush so you can get the pin in If your pin isn't aligned to the side horizontal, left and right, then go ahead and spin the axle. Push that pin through, and the hex has two sides. One side has the cross groove like that. The other side doesn't, so make sure you're putting this side in. And just turn it until it indexes onto the pin, and then just give that a push. Put the wheel in there through the axle. And then I'm going to get this wheel nut there and tighten it with the wrench. Notice the wheel nut has a black nylon ring around the front, and the manual says to keep turning it until the stem of the axle actually reaches that nylon ring, and we'll do that. All right, give that a little bit more, and that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go and do the other side. Okay, we're here for the final steps, which is to put on the body post and mount the front bumper. I'm actually going to mount the front bumper first, because with the body posts on, it's going to be hard to have the car flat on the table like this. And we just need to find some screws. On top are the flathead screws. There's 2 of those. And in the front, there are these long screws. All right, when that is done, we're going to put on the body posts. The front and the rear posts are different. You just kind of have to make a note which was which. The shorter one goes in front, the longer one goes in the back. And we're going to be using these hex head screws again. And the last step is just to put on the battery strap. And you're going to take the pins with the big loop and push those through. Of course, connect the battery. And we're ready to paint the body and take this out for a run. I can't wait to get this thing outside after I paint the body, and that's what the next video is going to be about. Turns out there's quite a few steps to painting that body. I thought it was a single color. Turns out there is, the trim is a gunmetal color and the bed is black. And they also want to tint the windows, which I always do anyway. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.